and welcome to Life in Envelopes. I am Jennifer Bleecher. This channel is all about planning, budgeting, and my big adventure from full-time teacher to full-time YouTuber / Etsy shop owner. So if that is something that you would like to watch, then please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you along on this journey. Today I'm going to do a weekly check-in on my side business, which is going to become my full-time business very shortly. We're going to do an Etsy budget check-in. Today, I am going to be using a Plum Paper notebook. If you have never made a purchase with Plum Paper before, I can give you a 10% off discount code for your first purchase. You can just email me at jbleecher@gmail.com and I will get that unique discount code to you. And then I'm going to be using this personal planner from Amazon and this bamboo tray from Amazon and this pen, a Pilot Friction pen, erasable pen. All of these are in my Amazon storefront, which is linked down below. The envelopes and stickers that you see today, those are from my Etsy shop, Life in Envelopes. I also have a link to that down below, as well as a 15% off discount code for all of my YouTube viewers. Okay, let's see how we did this week in Etsy. The way I break down my Etsy checks, 30% goes to taxes, 20% is set aside for business expenses, and 50% is my take-home pay. Okay, so this is for the check that I received on April 14th. It's from Etsy, so the source is Etsy, and the total amount was $340. So let's see how much total I've made so far this month in Etsy. So $714 plus $340 brings my new total to $1,054. My goal for Etsy and YouTube, my current goal is to make $1,000 a month between the two of take-home pay. This is before taxes and expenses, so that's not my take-home pay. Let's move on to calculate how much I need to set aside for taxes. So this was for April 14th. The source was Etsy. And let's see, this week we are going to set aside $100 for taxes, bringing my grand total to $314. Okay, I'm going to start by making sure I have $214 in this envelope, and then we will add $100 new dollars. So 1, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 205, 210, 211, 212, 213, 214. Okay, we do have 214. Today we're going to add $100. So that should bring our new total to 314. I'm going to make sure that I have that amount here. 1, 2, 250, 260, 270, 280, 290, 300, 35, 310, 311, 312, 313, 314. What I do with this, the way I do this is I collect my taxes throughout the month. Each week I set aside money for taxes, and at the end of the month I take the money in this envelope and I deposit it into a savings account, which is just for taxes. Okay, let's move on to expenses. So I'm going to write the date and source again. And this week we are going to set aside $70 for taxes. So $143 plus 70 is a total of $213. So the way I handle my expenses, I don't do an envelope for that. Most of my purchases actually all of them are made online, whether I'm purchasing patterns from Etsy or products from Amazon to run my shop. So I just leave it in my business account. So I've currently made $213 to use towards business expenses this month. Okay, so let's take a look at the weekly check-in. This is where I calculate what my take-home pay is going to be. So I just wrote the date there. So the check amount was $340. That was the income. Minus expenses was at 70. Yeah, minus 70. Minus taxes, we set aside $100 for taxes. So that gives us that gives me the take-home pay. So $340 minus 70 minus 100. That's $170 that I get in take-home pay. So in order to bring home $1,000 a month, my goal is $200 a week from Etsy for a 4-week period, so that would be $800, and then an additional $200 from YouTube, although I usually make a little bit more than that from YouTube. So far, I've only been able to get close to my goal once so far this month, but the month's not over, so we will keep trucking and see how we end the month. So I'm going to come over here to take home pay. I'm just going to put the date and the source. Okay, so take home pay is $170. So ideally at this point I would have $600 in my account for take home pay, but let's see, or in my envelope for take home pay, but let's see where we're at. $357 plus $170, so we're at $527. So if I want to be at $600, so I'm currently $73 short, but that's okay. This is all part of the adventure. Okay, so we should have $357 in here, and then today we're going to add $170. So I'm going to start by counting what's in here and make sure it's $357. 1, 2, 253, 320, 340, 350, 355, 356, 357. Okay, that's perfect. So today we're going to add 170. So here's 150, 60, 70. And then I always like to organize these from largest denomination to smallest. For me, it makes it easier to count it that way. Okay, so this should equal $527. So the way I do this is I put money in each week as I get paid, and then at the end of the month, so actually on the first of the following month, after the month is over, I put it in my account as my pay. So I'm paying myself on the first, however much money I made from the month before. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 350, 4, 450, 460, 470, 470, 480, 480, 490, 5. I think I did it wrong, you guys. I did. Okay, I'm gonna bring the calculator out. If you've watched these updates before, you know I always struggle when there are 50s. So, okay, so let's start with the hundreds. 1, 2, 3. We've got 300. Okay, 50. So 50, 1, 150. So we have 150. 20s, 20, 40, 60. Okay, so 10, 15, 16, 17. 527, yes. Okay, so I do have the correct amount in that envelope. So for the rest of the month of April, we still actually, I'm going to get paid from Etsy 5 times. So we're going to get 2 more Etsy checks as well as that YouTube check. So I am feeling pretty confident about hitting our $1,000 goal, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed today's video, will you please give it a thumbs up? And I will see you all again next time. Bye everyone.